Let me welcome you to my channel. Before we begin the video, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and like this post. WWE operates at a very high level, equipped with a deep roster and 3 brands to book. However, having a large talent pool can also mean many stars miss out on getting pushed, and wrestling veteran Vince Russo noted one such issue. WWE has a handful of storylines focusing on a set of superstars, but many wrestlers on the bench, either injured or unused, might have needed a better direction creatively. While speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw podcast, Vince Russo mentioned football to explain that recruitment needed more careful attention. He mentioned a few absent female talents, including Tegan Nox, and said many college footballers, too, could not ascend to the next level. Vince Russo felt that wrestling had many swings and misses, especially in NXT, which is led by Shawn Michaels. The promotion kept them around with little to no plans, which was not the ideal approach. The former WWE head writer said, "Triple H may have some unused talents on the payroll, but WWE's business continues to move briskly as Bad Blood 2024 is the next premium live event on the calendar scheduled for this weekend." In the fast-paced and often unpredictable world of professional wrestling, fans have grown accustomed to the highs and lows that come with the ever-changing landscape of the WWE. However, in recent years, there has been increasing frustration among longtime viewers, wrestling veterans, and even industry insiders regarding some of WWE's booking decisions and overall creative direction. A sentiment that's become more prominent is encapsulated in a stinging critique posed by a seasoned veteran. How do you continue to swing and miss and keep your job? This question underscores what many see as a glaring issue within WWE: the repeated mismanagement of talent, storylines, and the seemingly impenetrable corporate structure that allows it to persist. For years, WWE has been the dominant force in the world of professional wrestling, with a monopoly on mainstream wrestling entertainment that few have been able to challenge. From the Attitude Era's edgy storytelling to the family-friendly PG era, WWE has evolved with the times, but not without missteps along the way. The company's creative process has often come under fire, particularly in recent years, as fans and critics alike have voiced concerns about WWE's inability to properly build new stars, sustain long-term storylines, or deliver consistently compelling television. The veterans' critique reflects the growing discontent with WWE's creative direction. To continuously swing and miss suggests that WWE is repeatedly failing to capitalize on the immense talent at its disposal. Whether it's poor booking decisions, underwhelming story arcs, or misuse of popular wrestlers, WWE has developed a pattern of letting opportunities slip through its fingers. Perhaps the most obvious manifestation of WWE's ongoing problems is in its booking decisions. Over the years, there have been numerous instances where fans were left scratching their heads, wondering how the creative team could have botched such a straightforward situation. Take, for example, the much-discussed handling of wrestlers like Ricochet, Finn Balor, and Shinsuke Nakamura. All 3 men are internationally acclaimed stars with immense in-ring talent, charisma, and fan followings. Yet their main roster runs in WWE have been inconsistent at best. Despite initial pushes, they often find themselves relegated to the mid-card, forgotten about for long stretches, or involved in lackluster feuds that fail to highlight their skills. The frustration for fans is palpable. How can WWE continue to squander wrestlers with so much potential? For many, it seems like a continuous cycle of hype followed by disappointment. WWE brings in a talented performer, builds them up for a few months, and then suddenly pulls the rug out from under them, leaving them in creative limbo. This inconsistency has become a hallmark of the company's booking, leading to a lack of trust in the product. Another area where WWE has struggled is in its approach to long-term storytelling. In the past, WWE was known for crafting intricate and compelling storylines that spanned months, if not years. The rise of Stone Cold Steve Austin, the drama of The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak, and the bitter rivalry between Triple H and The Rock are all examples of WWE's ability to build narratives that captured the imagination of fans. In contrast, today's product often feels directionless, with storylines that start and stop abruptly or are dropped entirely. WWE's creative team is notorious for rewriting scripts mere hours before shows, leading to a disjointed feel that robs storylines of momentum. The lack of long-term planning has been one of the biggest criticisms from fans, who yearn for the days when wrestling was more than just a collection of matches and promos with no real payoff. One need look no further than the recent treatment of Bray Wyatt, specifically his alter ego, The Fiend. Wyatt's character was one of the most innovative and intriguing creations in modern wrestling, blending horror elements with psychological depth. Fans were captivated by the mysterious and sinister nature of The Fiend, and for a while, it seemed like WWE had struck gold. However, over time, inconsistent booking, poor match outcomes, like his notorious loss to Goldberg, and convoluted storytelling caused the character to lose its mystique. The mishandling of Wyatt is a prime example of WWE's failure to execute long-term storylines effectively, leaving fans frustrated and disillusioned. Veterans of the wrestling industry, both inside and outside WWE, have been increasingly vocal about these issues. Many of them have worked behind the scenes, understanding the inner workings of the company and its creative process. Their critiques are not just those of disgruntled ex-employees, but come from a place of deep knowledge about what makes a successful wrestling product. One such veteran, in an exclusive interview, highlighted the problem by asking, "How do you continue to swing and miss and keep your jobs?" This question cuts to the core of WWE's issues, the seemingly unshakable position of the company's creative team and leadership, even in the face of repeated failures. Despite years of criticism, WWE's key decision-makers rarely change, leading to a sense of stagnation within the product. The veteran went on to point out that, in any other industry, consistent underperformance would result in changes at the top. Yet, in WWE, those responsible for the creative direction have remained in place. Even as ratings decline, fans grow restless, and talent leaves for other opportunities. This lack of accountability is seen as one of the main reasons WWE continues to struggle creatively. Without a shakeup in leadership or a change in philosophy, the company is likely to continue its pattern of swinging and missing. WWE's creative struggles are compounded by its corporate structure. Since going public in 1999, WWE has grown into a global entertainment conglomerate with various business interests, including movies, merchandise, and media deals. While this expansion has been financially successful, it has also led to a more corporate environment that prioritizes shareholder interests over wrestling's core audience. The pressure to deliver short-term results for shareholders often leads to decisions that negatively impact the long-term health of the product. For example, WWE is notorious for pushing part-time stars like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg over full-time talent because they draw immediate attention, even if it comes at the expense of developing new stars. This short-sighted approach has contributed to WWE's inability to create the next generation of headlining talent, as younger wrestlers are frequently pushed aside in favor of established names. Moreover, Vince McMahon's tight control over WWE's creative direction has long been a topic of debate. While McMahon's vision revolutionized the wrestling business, his reluctance to relinquish control has led to a stale product. Reports of McMahon rewriting entire shows at the last minute and overriding his creative team's decisions are commonplace, leading to a lack of consistency in storytelling. As a result, WWE's creative process has been described by many veterans as chaotic, with no clear vision or direction.